Hey guys, it's Zach from King's Custom Garage, and today we're going to talk about the 58 Plymouth Belvedere. How's it going, guys? So, over the past couple of days, me and one of my buddies ended up getting the chassis and the body separated, and went ahead and got the chassis somewhat coated. It's not completely done. I'm going to get the brake lines and the fuel lines off and do just a little bit of touching up, and then I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to run the factory rear differential or if I'm going to change it around. I'd like to change it to something and run some disc brakes if at all possible, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm almost on the verge, I'd almost rather just get it running and driving for time being and then worry about other things later. But the frame is in really good shape. There's still a couple spots that need to be touched up really good. I still got to get the front wheels off and do a lot around the front suspension. And then the body, other than what I already knew was rotted out and rusted, it's not that bad. I'm concerned with the floors. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of work to get the floors done, but this access panel right here under the steering column, I'm either going to get a new one or I'm just going to try to make my own, bend one up and see how it goes. It was a little rusted on one side. A couple of the bolts didn't want to come out, so I figure it's going to have a new one anyways, one way or another. The same as the rest of the floor panels. I've just heard a lot of bad stuff about the replacement panels. I actually seen where one of them didn't even line up, and the bends were just off and funky looking. So the guy, even after buying one, still ended up making his own. So that's probably going to be the route I'm going to go. Same as the floor pans. I'm going to see if I can't just get me a little bead roller so I can at least try to get some of those beads back in the floor, or as close as possible. There's several spots where I don't really even have to worry about the beads. There's none, but most of the bigger spots is either around a body mount or some of the beads that's rolled into the floor pans. And now that we've got the car up a little higher, let me grab a flashlight and we'll look at that rocker. Sorry guys. So it's pretty rough. It actually only goes back to about the door, the C-pillar, and then there's a little bit back on the front of the wheel well. I haven't found any of that. Maybe I could have enough left out of doing the rocker itself to just fix up that little spot. But I think it's going to end up needing an inner and outer rocker. I'm not quite sure. I may even cut a little bit of this off just to get a better idea before I go and order a rocker. I don't know if you can see, but it's all the way through right here. Actually, I think I can see up into the car right there too. I know there was one spot up toward the front that was letting a little bit of daylight in. Oh, no, it's right here. Right there. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So, but I just wanted to do an update. I didn't film any of us separating the chassis and the body. It was kind of late at night, and we kind of just decided at the last minute to try and get it off. I did get some pictures, so I'll attach what pictures I got. I was going to set the camera up, but there was so much going on and just trying to concentrate on being safe and keeping the body up and not have it fall. I just didn't want to mess with the camera, and I don't want to give anybody any ideas because I did not do it right, but we made it work. So here in the next couple of days, I'll get an idea of where I want to head next. I'm at least going to get the fuel and brake lines off and do a little bit more touching up as far as coating the frame and stuff like that before I make the decision if I just want to go ahead and put the frame back under the body, or if I want to try and get some of the metal work in the floor done before I put the frame back under it. And then this fender, I did do some work on the fender the other day, and guys, the only reason I haven't really been videoing the first fender is I want to see if I can even save them. If it's not even going to be worth it when I'm semi close to being done, I'm just going to chalk it up as a waste of time. I've already got like 3 days in this one fender, not full days, but just little here and there throughout the days and whatnot. I've got like 3 days in it. One of which was just beating out axe marks and dents, and the flat top, the whole top of the fender was just flat. And it's nowhere near great. It's still got a really bad spot right there, and I did get this side patched back as best as I could, but I really can't get any more of that beat out. So I may try one more time to beat some more of it out, and if I can't, I hate to say it, but I'm probably just going to use some body filler. The fenders and hood and trunk lid are going to have some coats of filler put on them anyways, as rough as they were. So yeah, I would like to use as little as possible, but I know I know it's inevitable on the panels that were beat with the axe. So this one, it's still got some rot right here by the very tip of the corner where the hood goes, and then it's got some on that inner casing for the hood and the light, and then it's got a little bit on the back down by the door on the bottom right there. I actually think I have the stuff except for that inner support, which I can probably just make it from scratch, and then but I have a lower rear section for both fenders as well as the front section. So I'm going to take and get that knocked out probably next on this fender. And once I get this fender somewhat as straight as I can and looking pretty decent, Before I even really do any more body work on it or any filler, I'll actually start videoing, and then the next fender I'll video the whole process as much as I can, and same as the hood and the trunk. I say I'll video as much as I can. I don't know how much I'll video of the welding. I don't know many people that just want to sit and watch somebody melt some metal together. So, but other than that, as far as cutting the pieces out and little tips and tricks that I learn along the way, or that I've learned from watching someone else, I'll try to pass them along. There's actually a guy, Fitzy's Fabrication. Guy seems to really know his stuff. I've been watching a lot of his videos, and he's helped me along the way try to get a feel for working some of these out of this these fenders. The fenders to me is going to be the worst part, because they were just flat. The eyebrow section was just rotted out and rusted. There wasn't much left. So, in all honesty, I almost feel like from the beginning it was going to be a waste of time. But it looks better than I thought it would. It's not great, and I'm not going for great, but it looks a lot better than it did. The other one, I still haven't touched it. I just brought them both in and let the snow melt off of them. So, either tomorrow or the next day. See, today's Monday, so either Tuesday or Wednesday I'll try and get out and do a video on maybe the other fender, or a little bit more work on this one, and then I'm just going to take it one at a time. I'm not going to do a lot of body work or anything on any of them until most of the issues are worked out on each one. And then if I can save the fenders and they come out okay, then I'll try to put the effort in the hood, because I think I'm going to have to cut the inner bracing out of the hood just to get to a bunch of it, and possibly the same on the trunk lid. So I'm not looking forward to it, but it'll all be on video. I may even do a custom inner hood support I've thought about doing. I don't know if it'll be done the same time with the work on the hood. I'll probably do it in a later video. But I've got a few ideas. It's just some stuff I want to throw in it. I'm also going to do another video here coming up, guys, of another car, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned and keep your eyes out for that. And like I've said, this only makes my second video. I'm still trying to get the hang of it, and really trying to get in the habit of just video and everything. It gets hard when you're not used to it. I'll just be like, all right, well, I'll do this, and then I'll set the video up, and then before I know it, it's half a day's gone. But I try to get pictures. If I'm not going to video, I'll try to get pictures. At some point, I'm going to set up an Instagram and a Facebook, and I'll probably use those as just like, throughout the day, if I'm doing something, I'll snap some pictures and post them, kind of keep you up to date if it's not going to be in a video, or if it's going to be a couple days before I post a video. My plan is I would really like to try and bust down as many videos I can a week. I know it's hard to say, not having really an idea of what route I'm going, plus having other vehicles that I want to work on occasionally. So just try and figure it out, guys. I know it takes time to get the hang of it, and just give me a little bit of time. Alright, guys, something else I wanted to talk about. I've got an idea, and I mentioned it in the last video. I'm thinking about going with it's a 95 model, I believe it was a 318 Magnum. Only reason being, I've got a buddy that's got a truck, and it's just easy accessible. Everything's there. The transmission's bad. You know, I would go through the motor, go through the engine, and do a overhaul, new gaskets and whatnot, and then try to just figure out a good transmission to stick behind it. I don't want to go with the factory style trans for this car, and I don't want to go with the factory style trans for the truck. Those transmissions are just notorious for going out, and I don't want to be doing it again in 6 months to a year down the road. So I may look at doing a 727 and use one of those and run with the Magnum. Just because everything's there. The truck's complete, all the wiring and you know, accessories and all of it. And I feel like it would be a pretty straightforward swap. You know, the mounts would be easy to obtain and work, if not almost bolt right in. I know the mounts are a little different, but the mounts that I could get for the swap should just bolt right in. So I don't know. I'm just wanting some tips, maybe some other ideas. Like I said before, I'm trying to stay on a budget. You know, I don't have an exact amount set that I want to stay under or not go over. But I don't want to dump a fortune into it. Not yet, anyways. I'm not saying I don't like nice cars, but I mean, I've got kids, and it's hard to keep nice paint and things like that when you have kids. So I like, as long as it's nice and looks good and it's a good driver, hey, I'm all for it. So I'm not looking for the best. So that's kind of the reason I'm leaning towards going with the Magnum swap. I mean, there's other things I've heard are bad and this and that, but that's going to be with everything. I'm having a hard time making my mind up. I want to stay somewhat, you know, Dodge oriented, Chrysler oriented. I would do an LS. Like, I own a Chevy that has an LS. They're great motors. I don't know that I want to go that route. It would have to kind of be if I found a really good deal and it was just, you know, stupid that I didn't take it. Then I would go that route, most definitely. I know there's a lot of work trying to figure the LS swaps out. I've never done one, but I'm sure I could figure it out. Just not quite sure. So if you're interested in watching the channel and you want to kind of follow the car or whatever, just like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have any suggestions, I'm open. Like I said, I'm not real sure which way I want to go. So maybe you guys can help me out a little bit. Yeah. I think I'll call this a video. I know it was a short one, and I haven't really done anything on camera. I've just kind of went over the car and talked about things. But give me a few days, and I'll upload another one of something. I've got another car that's about to come into the shop, and I'm going to video the progress on it also, and hopefully do a will it run when it gets to that point. When I got the car, it didn't have a motor or anything in it. It's actually a build I'm doing for my brother-in-law. So, but I already have a engine and all that. It's just, it wasn't with the car. It was purchased after the fact. So, in a sense, as far as I know, the motor hasn't ran in many, many years and was just sitting. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, guys. Give me a few videos or what to get used to everything, and then just stay tuned, and we'll have a couple more videos coming out. I'm going to try to do, I'd like to do at least 3 a week, if not more. I'd like to do about a video a day until I get the hang of it. Even if it's just small stuff, chit-chatting, just trying to get to know everybody. I'm not much of a talker, so it takes a lot for me to do this. I'll leave it at that, and then I'll talk to you guys in the next one. I appreciate it. Stay tuned.